YouTube, Instagram, wherever you may be watching. Thank you so much for tuning into the final episode in the KOB 8 part of Build Up. Again, my name is Jordan, aka JFries, and I'm going to be walking through the final battle in King of Baltimore 8. What an amazing ride it's been. Again, I thank you guys so much for tuning in to these videos. It means a lot to me that you guys are supporting the way you are. Our followers has gone up so much, subscribers, everything. We're just hitting milestones day after day. So I really appreciate you guys for tuning in and the support you give me. But without further ado, let's go ahead and switch over to the video. Just a brief introduction before we do that, though. This is the last battle of the competition. Moving forward, we're going to switch over to another King of Baltimore. And I'm excited to announce we're going to be doing King of Baltimore 2. Which I believe is the first recorded King of Baltimore with full production and everything. So I'm really excited for you guys to see that series. Also, with that being said, there were some issues with the Facebook page, so we're still going to be sticking just to Instagram and YouTube for now until we get that figured out. But yeah, so again, thank you so much for tuning in. So let's go ahead and get started. So it's Darry versus Mello. For those who've been following, Mello just been straight grooving through the competition. Had one battle that went 3 rounds, but honestly, he just was on another level last year. Then little Darry, the biggest shock to everybody. A lot of people thought he wasn't going to do very well. He's going to get put out in prelims, but here he is in the finals. So let's see how it turns out. Shooting it out. Mello won. So Daryl's going to go first in the final battle. Everybody's super hyped, super excited. So let's go. Okay. That was OD. Let's go. Top. Let's go. That's the only bad thing that he did was towards the end of that sequence, he started alligator arm and everything. And what I mean by alligator arm is he wasn't completing his move. So when he did the little pump up, he kind of stopped here, but he should have been all the way up there with it. And he started getting gassed. So a big thing to remember is when you're dancing, breathing is probably the #1 priority next to balance. And the fact that he's dancing with his mouth open is huge. So kind of just to touch on that real quick, not to get too medically technical involved. When you're breathing, if you're not breathing in through your nose, out through your mouth, and you're breathing out of your mouth and in from your mouth, yes, you can take in more air. However, your mouth gets dry, so you get dehydrated faster, which ultimately tires you out faster. So he's dancing with his mouth open, using all this energy to hit these moves, trying to hit them as clean as possible, while at the same time exerting more energy simply based off of his breathing. So just a tip to remember, when you're dancing, try to keep your mouth closed. And you think something so small you could kind of ignore it, but unless you have Olympic swimmer lungs, keeping your mouth closed is huge. So let's keep going. Yeah, see, he's gassed. Here goes Mello. Let's go. Grooving. Let's go. Let's go. Hey. Bop, bop, bop. That's the thing with Mello, man. His style is so unique. Like I said before when I reviewed one of his battles, the way he dances is just like he has like a split lag when he transitions into his moves. So it's like, unless you're really paying attention, you don't notice it. But obviously I'm reviewing it, so I'm going to see it. So his transitions aren't exactly the cleanest. However, outside of that, he just grooves to everything, man. It's just so fun to watch. Also, another point to note is that his mouth was closed the entire time. So while Daryl is gassing out, losing energy, Mello can kind of just, if he needs to, kick it into gear 6 and take off with it. So let's see what happens. Crowd back on the side. Let's go. See, he exerted so much energy. He's just gassed. You can see it. He's tired. And he just danced the last round before that. Moves aren't coming out clean, and he basically just collapses. And that's what I mean. Breathing and airflow is so important. He's getting a cramp in his stomach and everything, again, because he's dehydrated. And granted, it could be something other like potassium or whatever. Should have ate a banana before. But pretty sure it's because he's not hydrated the way he should be. So he's getting a stomach cramp. He can't. Everything's tight. His muscles are tight. He can't finish his moves, and he's drained. And then here comes Mello, and let's see what he does. Yeah, and even Nick in the background is like, "No, come on, bro, stand up." But let's see. Here comes Mello. You can just see it in his face. He's putting the nail in the coffin. Bop, 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 bop. Yep, it's over. That right there. Let's go back. This is the last battle, so I'm going to be a little bit more in depth. Right there. That look was it. Once he gave him that gaze, yeah, bro, you can go ahead and chalk that. That's a wrap. Should have stood up. Ooh, hey. And his team is in his corner right there. Bitch. It's tough. Let's go. See if Daryl can at least make a comeback real quick. Hey. Bitch. That's a wrap for Darryl, unfortunately. He fought hard. He gave it his best, but in reality, that little stutter right there with the music or whatever that was, I don't think that was the track. I think it was an effect that was still on from the previous transition that they forgot to turn off, which kind of threw off his momentum. I mean, he didn't really have any, but the little bit he did have, that just kind of finished him off. So let's see how Mello finishes it out. Yeah, even Smallwood's in the background like, yeah, it's over. Yeah, chalk it. Going off. Here comes Neat. That's clear cut. We already know who won. We know who won. 3-0 Mello. Not even a question. Mello was on a different level this day. And like I stated before, not to take anything away from him, however, this competition was wide open. There was no standout person that everybody was like, this guy's going to take it this year. I mean, Spaz always has the potential to take it every year. He does it, but it just seems like he can never catch a break. Jordan, who I believe is the next up as far as the number one dancer in the scene. He could have taken it, but he called Mello first round. Mello outdanced him. You know, Jordan's known for his stunts, his acrobatics, and everything like that. He even goes by Stuntman, but he can dance. However, just in this instance, I think he kind of fell back on his laurels with stunts as opposed to trying to dance, and Mello just outdanced him there. Darryl, like I said in the beginning, no real expectations for him, but he came out guns blazing, took out some crazy good competitors, and made it to the final too. You know, it was a hard fought battle, but obviously we know Mello won. So let's go ahead and get to the crowning ceremony, and then we'll wrap it up. everybody thought Darry was a lost cause. You know, he was always offbeat, had no musicality about him. His moves were very lackadaisical. And he came out here with a point to prove, and he just finished Prince of Baltimore. Getting into, let me make this very, very clear for people. Getting past preliminaries by itself is difficult. Because you're going against 35, 40 people, 40 different creative mindsets, 40 different approaches, and you have to stand out to a judge out of 40 people. And that's not easy. So shout out to everybody that made it past prelim. Shout out to the people that did it to begin with. Because to get in front of those type of people, what I mean by that is people that are critical of Baltimore club, people that enjoy the scene and have been into it for a while and just are really excited about King of Baltimore, to get those type of diehard fans and to go in front of them and even try to perform is amazing in itself. So bravo to you guys, because I could never do it. Obviously, I've never been in a King of Baltimore. I'm just the guy behind the camera talking about everybody doing King of Baltimore. But having said that, you know, it's amazing to see all these people come together and really just sharing their love of Baltimore club. So that's always something great to look at. In addition to that, shout out to Unique be chillin'. However you know him, he's been doing this for damn near 11 years now, and he doesn't get the credit that he deserves sometimes. Granted, I know people think that he's done some questionable stuff, especially with the whole Chad Focus thing. You know, I just feel like at the end of the day, he has the best interest of everybody at heart, you know, and I think that people really should give him his just desserts, you know, give him his kudos, because he does a lot that nobody else will, because this stuff isn't free. You know, these things cost money. This whole shindig probably was like a couple $1,000s, maybe tens of thousands of dollars to get all this set up and organized. And he's lucky to make even on this, unless he's getting sponsorship money and stuff. But on the surface level, outside of the logistics, he's really not making money off of this stuff. So in all reality, he's just shouldering the load that K-Swift kind of left behind. And that's really awesome to see. So Unique, congrats to you, man. You're one of my idols. I look up to you, bro. And I hope you can do this as long as you possibly can. I know you got a family now, and at some point you're going to have to step away from it. And I hope there's someone there that can pick up the reins. But in the meantime, keep doing what you do, man. You're doing great things for the community. Shout out to the DJs, DJ Tigger, Mike Mumbles. They did one hell of a show. Granted, there were some hiccups now and again, but that's, again, consistency is key. But, you know, with audio, anything can happen, especially having been a DJ in a professional as well as a private setting. Audio issues are the #1 issues that you run into with things like this. So for them to combat that and, you know, just push through, super awesome, fellas. Congratulations. Shout out to you guys for finishing another competition. The judges, the refs, Candy, everybody there. It's just such a great thing to see. Now let's watch Mello get his crown. Let's go to it. Skip through him yelling. King Mello, congratulations, man. Yep, so he did it. King Mello, part of the upper echelon of dancers now, just in a whole different group. Congratulations to him. Congratulations to his team, TSR. Very dominant group now in the Baltimore club scene, having won Rerun the City, now having a member who's won King of Baltimore also. You know, they're pretty much unstoppable. So to see what happens coming up here soon is going to be insane. But guys, that's our video. Thank you so much for tuning in to the first part of this series. Like I said in the beginning of the video, we're moving on to King of Baltimore 2. A lot of people from my generation grew grew up watching those videos. So it's going to be really exciting to review those guys and a lot of the OGs that are in the scene today. Kai, Dance and Brandon, DJ Perp, Shells, Garfield, rest in peace, and more. So I'm super excited to bring you guys that series. Make sure, again, if you're watching on Instagram, hit that follow button as well as turn on post notifications so that you know when I post, whether it be a video in the build-up series, go live for The Circle, which is a interview series where we interview a lot of the OGs as well as current members of the dance scene today about the current state of Baltimore club, etc. Also, if you're watching on YouTube, please make sure you hit that subscribe button as well as turn on post notifications so you know when I post another video like this or anything else that I have planned for you guys. But again, thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you next time. I'm out. Peace.